Hello Internet, welcome back to our golf course scenario playthrough of Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead. So I'm stumbling over my words 5 seconds in. So in the last episode we explored a bit more. We did loot a kind of barricaded house down here. And I think we're going to hit these last few houses and then probably settle in for the evening. Actually, it's 8 p.m. already. Maybe we should start with the skill grind. Do we have any books for mechanics? No. Well, that's a bummer. We really could use some mechanics books. We can work around that, of course. How much wood do we have? Not terribly much. Let's go gather some wood. Let's drop our spear in a position where we'll see it when we come back in. Grab our quarterstaff and let's go hunt some wood. In fact, we can just go to our bedroom for the time being and pulp this. We can put everything, or smash this. We can put everything into... Do these still give wood? They do. So we can just put everything into our unsorted pile and have that all get sorted on our behalf. Sort. Probably not a ton of wood, but also we picked up some clothing and things like that. How many nails do we have? Plenty. I think we're good. So let's just make some frames. Oh, we don't have... Okay, just typed it wrong. Make ourselves, I don't know, 5 frames should do it. For at least Mechanics 1, I would imagine. It is getting dark, unfortunately. Can we pick all these up? We can't. So let's pop out the front here. We'll take these with advanced inventory. Put them at our feet. In fact, we can just haul them out the side door. Let's close this all the way up. We'll just haul our frames outside. We're going to need nails, I believe, to start with the wooden vehicle, but yeah. I mean, I don't know, maybe we could craft raised mechanics at level 1. No, really we can't. So yeah, let's just grab some nails. No, not plural, singular nail. Just grab all those, and then we'll grab ourselves a hammer. I'm not sure what we need, so we'll just take this hammer for the time being, and we'll come back in if we need something else. And it is getting dark, actually, so this is not going to work because the sun is going to go down and we're not going to be able to do vehicle construction. But for now, let's start by starting... Let's just use the search filter. Start vehicle construction. Plant our new cart here. Okay. That will give us, so basically, if you can't grind mechanics because you don't have recipes or you don't have a book to do so, starting vehicle construction is a way to do it. I believe that the traditional way to do it, if you're really min-maxing, is to start vehicle construction like we just did, place the wooden frame, pick it back up by taking it apart, replace it, pick it back up, put it back down, things like that until you get to Mechanics 1. And then to get to Mechanics 2, I believe you install and uninstall a seat in that vehicle, a wooden bench or whatever. That way you only use a few frames, and it's like the really min-maxy way to do it. That's not how I usually do it. Usually what I'll do is just build a really long cart and just put seats on every tile and stuff like that until I hit Mechanics 2 or so. And usually by then I have some crafting recipes that can raise me the rest of the way. I don't know that we're going to be able to do that based on the books that we have, but we can at least get a start on our vehicle. Why don't we... the dogs are barking again. I really wish my neighbors would... Let's not talk about it because it's just going to snowball into complaining about my neighbors. So my puppers are barking, and ever since we got this dog, she is also very vocal. Our little wiener dog doesn't bark much unless someone comes to the door, but our larger dog, which I don't really know what she is, a golden retriever mixed with something, she's an enormous dog. She barks pretty much at the drop of a hat. So if someone walks by, someone sneezes next door, things like that, she has a tendency to bark. No gas in that vehicle. Did I bring the lamp with me? I did. So let's fill our lamp up. You have a little bit of gas. Activate our hose. Pour into container, I guess. So we can't siphon directly to the lamp. We're going to need a container. So let's pop in the kitchen here. And we'll just find ourselves a jar or something. Actually, we smashed these fridges, so there may not be any intact jars. There are not. We have the fruit jam that we smashed. So unless we can find... There's a gallon jug of bleach. Well, I do hate wasting bleach, but it's also a pretty common chemical, so I'm not overly concerned with that. Plus, we're not at the stage of the game where bleach is going to do anything for us, so I'm not really worried about that. And yes, someone's going to leave me a comment and say, oh, you can bleach bandages. It's like, well, yeah, but you can also boil them, which is much more efficient because water is so much more common. Surely that did not fill the gasoline jug. 320 charges. I have no idea how much gas actually fits, but let's see. We just checked this one. It didn't have gas. Didn't have gas. I think we also need gasoline in our vehicle for when we're ready to leave. So that's something to be mindful of as well. We'll put the remainder of whatever we find into our gas tank. No gas, of course. It is a frustrating part of Cataclysm, is how damaged every vehicle in the game is. And I think that from a gameplay perspective, it mostly makes sense. You can't just have every vehicle functional. It would really kind of defeat a lot of the game. But I also think that from a realism perspective, it's just nonsense that every vehicle would be so damaged. Reload with gasoline. It no longer fits in your inventory. That's bizarre. Pick it back up. And that should have freed up some space in the gallon jug. So let's just filter as much as we can. Siphon, excuse me. As much as we can back into the gasoline can. And we'll head back. Now we have a fully fueled gasoline lamp, which will be excellent for reading by in the darkness. Let's pop back over to our base. We'll hop some fences, get a little exercise going, a little cardio. We'll go ahead and sprint just to work out a little bit. Climb this fence like a little obstacle course, but terrible. Go ahead and stop running. Barely even broke a sweat. There we go. Alrighty, so activate. Make sure the door is closed. Yeah, closed. Just in case something wanders by. We are tired as well, so we're moderately weary. Reading will help with that. Are there any armchairs in here? We really don't need one, but I do like having something to sit on. Just sort of out of, like not realism or anything, but like obviously no one wants to stand. And I think we do get a comfort bonus when we read in a chair, so I think that will work. Activate the lamp so that we have a nice little radius of light. We'll go ahead and read. And what do we want to read? Let's read these to get their recipes and things. What should we talk about today in this episode? I am working on a side project. I don't know if I mentioned that in this series. I think I did. It might have been in my update series where I talked about basically a side hustle that I'm going to be working on. That's been going pretty well. At first was a lot slower than I expected it to be, and then it started to pick up and actually is pretty easy now. What do I want to raise? Probably just health. Probably just first aid, basically. Also, electronics over time will become valuable, but at the moment, not super relevant. Healthcare, I guess healthcare. So we'll pick up the first aid book. We'll pop over into our recliner with our nice little gasoline lamp. Let's place that on the table. Obviously, no one would carry a lit lantern in their inventory. It's actually burning charges way faster than I would have expected. 20 already? We literally just turned it on and walked a few paces. Okay. I don't know why that consumed so much. Oh, we were reading, which passed time more quickly. That's probably why. Well, whatever. We might run out of gasoline. That's okay. We'll be tired before too long. So I am working on my side hustle. It's gotten a lot easier. And it does give me free time, which is interesting. Usually when I work, like at work, my actual job, I drive for a living. So I have a lot of time to listen to podcasts and audiobooks, which is the best part of my job, is getting to listen to lots of podcasts and audiobooks. So I'm much more well-read these days than I was, 5 years ago. Eat the curry, I guess, because it's a lot of calories. And I don't know why the curry was on the drink pile. I guess it's fluid enough. I guess it is. I don't know how that translates exactly, but that's fine. Drink some juice. Do we have any high-calorie food that's... See, all of this is going bad. I thought it said it had several days left. I guess maybe I misread it. We do have these scraps of meat. Why don't we turn off our lamp? Can I do that from here? Wow, that lamp is like all the way out of gasoline. It's only been about 5 hours. I guess that's a pretty good time for a gas lamp. I have no idea, actually. We had kerosene lamps when I was growing up, but we rarely ever used them. Put down the lamp. I'm going to start a fire proper and cook this meat that I picked up. I forgot we butchered some rats in a previous episode. Like that. So I do like that my job lets me do that. It's probably the best part of my job, is being able to listen to those things. Yeah, and that's a really good thing. I enjoy that. I like listening to podcasts. I like reading, if you can call that reading. I know some people get really stuck up when you call listening to an audiobook reading the book, but you get the same amount of information. So in my mind, it's the same as reading the book, although I'm doing less work, which is nice. And some people have lovely voices, which is also nice. So we are tired. Our lamp did go out. That actually is not really something I think is feasible in the long run. I don't think I will be burning gasoline in this lamp. It just seems like a waste of gas. Let's go pour the remainder into our tank. Unfortunately, it's already daylight, which likely means when we get up, it's going to be too dark for us to really go out and explore, but that's okay. How do I fill this? F, fill tank. So we got 4 liters out of it. Yeah, let's just go to bed. It's fine. Let's go to bed. Where am I sleeping? Over here, I guess, is where I sleep. Anything we need to do before we go to sleep? Turn anything off? I think we have everything turned off. I think we're good. Let's go to bed. Sleep. But when I work for YouTube, obviously I'm very focused on what I'm doing. So obviously, like right now, I'm recording a YouTube video. I'm not watching something in the background. I don't have music on or anything like that. It would be too much of a distraction. Although I am playing a game, which is fun and all, this is like, it takes your attention, right, to do this. So I can't do very much when I'm recording. Obviously, I'm focused on recording. And then even when I'm off of recording and I'm like editing a video, for instance, I can't really watch a YouTube video. I can't really watch a TV show or something because I have to hear the sound in my videos. Sometimes I will put a YouTube video on, but it's actually pretty impossible to watch. So what happens is I put the YouTube video on for 30 seconds, then I have to pause it because I need to hear something in my editing, and then I need to, then I can stop listening to the video, so I turn back on my television show, and then, back and forth, start, stop. So, which is not ideal. However, with the thing I'm doing for the side hustle, it actually seems like a lot of open time, so I can fill that with whatever I want. I can listen to podcasts. I can watch a YouTube video in the background. So that's really nice. I have been watching some YouTube. Oh, it's so terrible, internet. So for those of you who don't do YouTube, basically there's an enormous industry surrounding how to do YouTube. So there are many people who Google how to get more views, how to get more subscribers on YouTube, and that sort of stuff. And so there's a huge industry surrounding that where people sell you courses and all this stuff where they try to make money off of you. Oh, here's the 5 products you need to succeed in YouTube, or here's the best microphone. My affiliate links are down below. Like, all they want to do is sell you something, which is fine. I think if you want to sell someone something, that's totally understandable. That is a business. That is what so many businesses do. You think, honestly, do you think like McDonald's cares about you? No, they want to sell you a cheeseburger, right? So I don't mind it, except that they never admit that their goal is to make money. Every single time, it's like, I'm here for you. I want you to succeed. By the way, my $400 YouTube course on masterclass is now available. It's like, dude, you don't care about me. Let's be real. You don't care about me. You don't care whether I succeed or not. All you care about is the fact that I'm currently watching your video and you're hoping to convert me into someone who will spend $500 on a course that I can get the same materials for free on YouTube right now. Everything you say in your video, there's nothing special about you. You are recycling the same things that dozens of other people have sold over the years. and you're trying to present it in a way that makes you sound like the God King of YouTube. And it's really just sort of frustrating how transparent and pathetic it is. I really wish people would just be honest. I'm sorry, not transparent. They fake it and they pretend that they're transparent. So like I watched a video the other day and it was like, oh, top 5 tips that every YouTuber needs to know. And I was like, all right, I'm down for a tip video. I'm not doing anything else right now. That's fine. So I watched the video and like every tip is terrible. It's super obvious stuff. It's like, make sure you have good audio. And it's like, well, that's not an actionable tip. That's just you saying like audio is really subjective. Like my equalizer settings might be different from someone else. And you saying like have good audio. Well, that's like saying, you know, don't have static in your video. And it's like, yeah, obviously. Right. And then you go through and it's like, it's so stupid. It's all this stuff is like, try to shoot for 100% audience retention. And what that means in YouTube talk, that means that 100% of the people who watch the video will watch it all the way through. And it's like saying, hey, if you want to succeed on YouTube, make sure people watch your whole video. It's like, yeah, no kidding that is obvious. Like, obviously that is something everyone strives for, is to hit as many people in their videos as possible. It's kind of like saying, you should try to get 1 million views on every video. It's like, it doesn't mean anything. It's just, of course that's what you want, but you're not going to get that. And there's no actionable tip in there. It'll be like, make sure you get at least 6% click-through rate, which means 6% of people who see your video pop up in the sidebar, you want 6% to click your video. And it's like, that's great. Yeah, sure, 6% sounds good. My percentage is usually like 2, is around 2% of people click my videos. But you're not telling me how to do that. You're just saying I should do that. That means nothing. And then they spend like 5 minutes of their video at the beginning and end. They're like, by the way, did you know I have a course that's coming out? Oh, it's been heavily discounted because my students really asked me to discount my course. So it's currently on sale for only $295. It's like, Jesus Christ, dude. I mean, honestly, come on. And then that too, like you watch more of their videos and in every video, they're like, it's discounted for a limited time. It's like, no, it's not. It's discounted permanently because it's not actually a discount. You're just selling it at a $295 price point and pretending that it's worth more than that so that you can make people feel like they're getting a deal by purchasing while it's on discount. It's something that everyone does. Everyone does that. And I don't really have a problem with it if you wouldn't be like a huge lying D-bag about it. If you could just be genuine and open with the people that you're trying to take money from. Like if I had a course, I would just tell you like, hey, not the best guy in the world, but I probably know more about this than you do, and I'm going to teach you what I know. Like you don't have to be a douchebag about it. You can be, anyway, we're rambling. Let's not ramble. It's frustrating to see these things over and over because I'm very interested in YouTube. I like YouTube philosophy. I like hearing about YouTube strategies, what's working, what's not working. I like hearing things about YouTube. And so I seek out a lot of these podcasts and YouTube how-to videos and stuff like that. And it's always the same recycled crap, and it's never an actionable tip. It's always like, you should do better. And it's like, yeah, okay, that's helpful. Thank you. Yep. I should do better at YouTube. Yeah, you're right. I should. Absolutely. Correct. And it's always just dumb stuff. Like, and that too, the guy I was watching was like, I guarantee that you can succeed on YouTube. I was like, no, you can't. Like, you literally can't guarantee. No one. I see videos all the time that are fire and they get no attention whatsoever. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It frustrates me. It makes me angry. Why didn't I grab? I just saw a full tank. Why didn't I grab gas? Did I press the wrong button? Was it this? I did. Why didn't I fill? Where'd my gallon jug go? Oh, I see. I pressed fill instead of siphon. Yes, gotcha. Anyway, it's just annoying. You know, I don't know why people can't be honest. I don't know why people, well, I do know, because they're trying to make money and they don't care about their viewership. They just are, they're out to make money, and which is totally fine. Everyone wants to make money. It's all about how you present yourself, and everyone seems like they do it the wrong way. I don't know. It frustrates me. It really frustrates me. Because I just want, like, I don't want to hear a sales pitch. What I want to hear is like an open discussion among content creators about what is working for them and what isn't. And like, maybe it isn't a reliable trick. Maybe it is, but you can't guarantee. You cannot say, I guarantee you will succeed. You cannot do that because you can't guarantee. I see videos every day. Like I was watching yesterday, I was watching a guy play Dead Space, and it was like ultra HD ray tracing, really high end graphics. The gameplay was solid. They were a good player of Dead Space, and then they had really good commentary. And I was like, this is a good video. And I looked at it. He has 4 views on his video, and I was like, this guy is making really solid content. I don't know who it was, or I'd recommend them to you. And here's this guy who's making really great content, who's getting no attention at all, because that's just how YouTube works. And then I go and I am Googling around, or I see something on Reddit, and I click that, and it's like 5 terrible car crashes. And that guy has 23 million views, and there's no commentary. It's just a video of 5 car crashes. You can't guarantee someone will succeed on YouTube because there are tons of people who don't succeed on YouTube. Anyway, let's stop talking. I know some of you are interested in YouTube behind the scenes stuff. Some of you are not, and I don't want to bog it down too much. So let's get a random question. We're going to go out and see if we can hit these 2 houses, and then we're going to probably call it a night because the sun's going to go down. Actually, we might be able to hit both and come back before the sun goes down. Alrighty, let's get a question. What's the most disgusting sounding word in the English language? I don't know. I never know with these words questions. Let's pick something else. What is someone borrowed but never given back? I have had people steal from me. Does that count? I don't think so. Probably not. Borrowed implies that I gave it to them. Why do I have a wheel in my inventory? Let's drop that off. We're going to need space to loot. Borrowed and never given back. What have I historically don't really lend things to people. I don't trust people, and I take very good care of my things, which most people don't. Like I remember being a teenager, and people would ask me to borrow Xbox games and things like that. We would all get together, play Halo and Call of Duty and things like Gears of War, things like that. And we would do these big LAN parties. And people would always say, oh, you got Dead Rising, let me borrow Dead Rising. Oh, you got Gears 2 already, let me borrow that for a week. And I would just say no. Like, I just don't trust people. I take very good care of my stuff. I've seen that people don't. Like in the United States, I understand this is different in other countries. But in the United States, let's say you go to GameStop, you want to buy old games. Like 70% of them aren't in their original cases. People just throw the disc somewhere and then are like, I'm going to sell this at GameStop. So they take it into GameStop, and people don't take care of their stuff. Most of the cases that are there are broken, and it's partially due to poor quality of the product. Like the Xbox 360 cases are pretty bad at getting broken. And so are the Xbox One for that matter. I don't know if PlayStation's like that. I don't think it's specifically an Xbox issue, but that's where my experience lies. So I know people don't take care of their stuff. I take very good care of my property. We were in here already. My mistake. Let's pop up. We probably were in this one as well. I should have marked these as explored. Do we want to try to pull stuff out of the luxury RV? Probably not. I don't think we have the skills for it. You know what? While we have daylight, we should go back and work on our vehicle we were starting. But let's see if we can pop in here quick and do some looting since we're already out here. Really would like more disinfectant, but a lot of these bathrooms just seem to have multivitamins and things. Take the skirt, take the fur scarf. It's cotton. I don't want cotton. We'll take, oh, the union suit is not leather. It's cotton. My mistake. I don't think I know what a union suit is exactly. That's fine. Take the corset. Leave everything else. So I would just refuse to lend things to people. I just don't trust people to take care of my property. So I really rarely ever give anything to anyone. I guess when I was a teen, we would pass comics around. So like I remember getting, geez man, it's been so long since I thought about this series, but it was called Squee. It was from the same person who made Johnny the Homicidal Maniac or whatever that was called. And it's been like decades since I even thought about those. So we would like pass those around and things, but that's really the extent of what I would share with people. people would let me borrow things, but again, I take care of things and am respectful, so they always got them back. I remember a girl in high school kept telling me that I looked like Judd Nelson, and I had no idea who that was. And she was like, "Oh, The Breakfast Club. Haven't you seen The Breakfast Club?" And I kept saying, "No, I don't know what you're talking about." This was in like sophomore, so I was like 15, 16. And I did look like Judd Nelson. I just didn't know it. And eventually she just brought in a VHS tape in her backpack to school and was like, "Take this home, watch this movie. You will like it. And you look like Judd Nelson." Is that his name, Judd Nelson? I hope I'm remembering right. The angry kid from Breakfast Club. So I took it home, watched it multiple times, really liked the movie. I don't like it so much anymore. I don't know why. I just, when I was a teenager, I really loved it. And now I've tried watching it again. It just doesn't really speak to me. It's a good movie, just not for me, I think. And yeah. And of course I took care of that stuff, and I gave it back to her pretty quickly and, was very respectful of, hey, this is someone else's property. I'm going to be very careful with it. And that's about the extent of that. I just don't lend people things. I don't trust most people. Like if I had a girlfriend say, "Oh, I want to borrow a movie from you," I'd be fine with that, right? You trust that person enough, you're in a relationship, all that sort of thing. But like friends, nah, like most people that I'm friends with, we're not that close. It's usually, I just know people kind of, like, I don't have friends. I have acquaintances. I have a lot of acquaintances and people who would probably say that I was their friend, but that I don't fully trust or necessarily view as a friend. I think I'm a little cold in that way. It's something that has come up in my life before where people say, that I don't value them as much as they want me to. It's not that I don't, it's not like I do it intentionally. It's just if you don't connect with someone, you don't connect with someone. How, what am I supposed to do about that? I don't hate you. We're on good terms. I just don't view you as a really close friend that I would, necessarily share certain things with or whatever. Girlfriends are different, or a partner is an intimate relationship that you have where you're, you have a lot more trust and faith and you share more intimate things with them. But just generic friends? Nah, dog, we're not that close. I don't know. I don't want to upset anyone. Like, I have people online that I talk to on an almost daily basis, but I don't really consider them my friends, per se. People ask me sometimes about the dev team of Cataclysm. I'm on pretty good terms with most of them. I can't think of any of them that I don't like or have a problem with or anything like that. And we're friendly, right? Like I can think off the top of my head, another Simulacrum is always pleasant to talk to, things like that. Korg and I talk sometimes. Kevin's a very nice dude. Mark helped me learn JSON and stuff when I was first starting out. So like I've had good experiences with like the dev team, but we don't really know each other, right? Like you can't install a wooden frame without Mechanics 1. That's real dumb. It's wood. I can hammer it together. You're hammering wood together. You can't do that without a mechanics skill. What a stupid requirement. Okay, we can put a box on it. Are you kidding me? Okay. Like some of these make sense. Like, okay, you can't make a wooden bench. Well, that makes a little more sense because you're turning a frame into a bench. But like putting another frame here, I'm literally just hammering these two frames together. It's literally just taking a frame and hammering it to the one that already exists. So that's pretty dumb. Let's, I guess, install a box and take it off repeatedly. I don't know what to do about that. Dog, don't bother me. You can't take it off without a mechanics. So stupid. You can't, I can... You're telling me I can make a cart with 0 mechanic skill, but to take off the cart, like to take off the box, I need a mechanic skill. To pick up the frame that literally has nothing else on it, if I remove the wooden box, and it would cost me mechanics 2 to take the frame, literally that is by itself, I can't take it back. So my guess would be, this is just an idea. I don't know this for sure. My guess would be that they know that people abuse raising their mechanics by placing down frames and picking them back up. So what they did was go in and make it so that the wooden frame can't be picked back up without a mechanics skill. Problem is, it doesn't make any dang sense. It's completely ridiculous. Obviously nonsense. I just made this box out from nothing. From a wooden frame, I made this box. But you're telling me I don't have the skills to take it back. Literally all I'm doing is pulling nails out. And I don't have the skills to do that. Super crazy that sort of stuff happens in Cataclysm. I really hate that sort of gamey logic. I can't guarantee that that's why that was happening. Like I can't guarantee that, oh, they did that specifically to make this impossible. But it sure seems that way. I can't think of any other reason why it would require Mechanics 2. It's just such a bonkers... Like, even just to add one is only Mechanics 1, so why is it Mechanics 2 to pick them back up? Just bonkers. I really hate when we come across stuff like that with Cataclysm. It really ruins... Like, because I love this game. I have a lot of faith in this game. I think Cataclysm is amazing. But whenever I come across something like that, it just completely ruins it for me. Makes me like the game a lot less, honestly. We're 87% of the way there. So if we make one more of these carts, we should be good. It's just such a dumb... I'm so annoyed by that. Cart number 3. Such a dumb... Okay, 99%. Okay, well, we're out of frames, but we'll pop in and we'll make a new frame. And we'll take care of this. We should wrap the episode, but let's finish this off here since we're so close. And I'll probably forget because I think I'm done for the day recording-wise. Actually, don't pick that back up. Take the frame outside. And drop El Framo. Come back in. Grab the spear. Just in case that dog comes to pester us. I don't know where it's at. We keep getting pop-ups about it. Pretty far away. And then let's throw a cart on this bad boy. No, don't add a label. Install is the button I'm looking for. Wooden box. Great. Ignore. Okay, Mechanics 1. Great. So that's Mechanics 1. Mechanics 2 would require us to do more work. But now that we have Mechanics 1, we can actually do more stuff. Like we can expand a vehicle instead of placing new ones over and over and over. Things like that. But that's an issue for another time. For now, I think that's a wrap. Everybody, thanks for watching. Hopefully you had a good time. Sorry I rambled about YouTube. I know that's not for everyone. But it's something I'm very invested in, and I spend a lot of time. Like, I don't buy the courses, right? But occasionally there are some that are free, you know, that I'll take a look at. I listen to a lot of podcasts about, like, basically if there's a YouTuber podcast about YouTube, I've listened to it, you know, that sort of stuff. So it's something I'm very interested in. Even if I never succeed on YouTube, it's fascinating. It's an interesting thing to learn about. So, yeah, everybody, thanks for watching. Hopefully you had a good time. I'll be back with more Cataclysm in the future, but for now, that's it. I'll see you in the next video.